Have you ever thought about like a secret code to unlock prosperity? Not some, get rich quick scheme or anything, but something rooted in ancient wisdom.
Right, like something that's been around for centuries.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking Buddhist teachings about the mystical force of numbers?
This is really fascinating stuff. It's not just some, hocus pocus or anything. Within Buddhism, they really believe that specific numbers can unlock abundance and balance in your life.
It's not just like 1 + 1 = 2, right?
No, not at all. We're talking about a whole different level of understanding. And what's really interesting is that we're going to be diving deep into 6 specific numbers that are said to be almost like sacred keys to this whole concept.
This is making me think about numerology. It's like a really old practice, right? Like even ancient civilizations used it to try to understand, life and all the patterns and everything.
Oh, absolutely. And numerology has been a part of Buddhism for centuries. They see numbers as like representations of these universal forces that shape everything around us.
I've always been kind of intrigued by the idea that numbers have this like vibrational energy.
Oh, yeah, it's like a frequency,
Yeah.
right? And that this frequency interacts with the energy around us. So if you can tune your own energy to be in harmony with the right numbers, you can basically unlock all sorts of good stuff.
Like prosperity and peace and all that.
Exactly. Think of it like each number is like a vibrational key opening up a door to all that good stuff.
And speaking of good timing, we're in a new lunar cycle right now, which I've heard is like a super powerful time for this kind of stuff.
Oh, it totally is. It's like a cosmic reset button, the perfect opportunity to really open ourselves up to these transformative forces and let that good fortune flow in.
So for this deep dive, we're going to be looking at all this amazing ancient Buddhist wisdom and how it connects to the powerful vibes of the universe.
Yeah, we're going to get specific and focus on these 6 numbers that Buddhist tradition says can actually like reshape your destiny and bring in that sweet prosperity.
All right, so first things first. Let's talk about this ancient connection between numbers and spirituality. I mean, this isn't just some new age thing, right? Like ancient cultures were really into this.
Oh yeah, they were way ahead of us in this one. They saw numbers as more than just like, for math. They were symbols with deep meaning, like a whole cosmic energy thing.
Like a hidden language almost.
Exactly. And in Buddhism, they really revere certain numbers, like they embody core principles that can help guide you towards enlightenment and personal growth and like spiritual prosperity.
So what are some examples of that? Like what are some of these numbers that have that spiritual weight to them?
Well, for starters, the number 7. It's like a symbol of wisdom and fullness. It's all about deep understanding, of reality and the mind, like that journey towards awakening.
And in Buddhism, it's tied to the 7 stages of enlightenment, right?
Exactly. And then there's the number 8, which is considered super sacred in Buddhism, and it represents this whole concept of the infinity of the karmic cycle, like all the causes and effects.
So basically what goes around comes around.
Pretty much. And in Buddhism, the number 8 is connected to the Eightfold Path, which is all about achieving enlightenment and getting free from suffering.
I can totally see how those numbers have deep spiritual meaning. But how do those concepts connect to like something more practical, like say our finances? How does that spiritual side translate into the material world?
Well, the key is that these numbers are believed to have energetic vibrations, right? And these vibrations can actually influence our lives by aligning us with the universal abundance. It's about understanding the essence of these numbers and intentionally engaging with them. That's how we can attract more harmony, prosperity, and success.
So it's not just about knowing the numbers, it's about like actively working with them.
Exactly. It's like a conscious choice to tune into those frequencies.
This is making me think about other cultures. Like I know the ancient Egyptians were super into numbers and spirituality too, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. They believe certain numbers could open portals to different spiritual realms. And then you have Imperial China, where they use numerology to choose like super important dates for events, thinking it could affect the outcomes.
And what about Kabbalah? Wasn't that all about numbers?
Yes. In Jewish Kabbalah, they use numbers to unlock divine mysteries and understand these like cosmic forces. So it's fascinating to see how these similar ideas pop up in all these different cultures throughout history.
Okay, so we've got this historical connection, these examples of powerful numbers and the idea that they can influence our practical lives. But how can our listeners actually use this? How do you take this knowledge and make it work for you?
The cool thing is that you can actually tune your own energy to the vibrations of these specific numbers. And by doing that, you start to see opportunities that maybe you didn't even realize were there. It's not just about like believing in it passively, but about really engaging with it.
Like taking action and making it a part of your life.
Exactly. And there's no better time to start than now because, new lunar cycle and all that.
Right. Our source keeps talking about how the new lunar cycle is like prime time for this. So why is that so important?
Well, the moon has a much bigger influence than just like the tides, right? It affects us on all sorts of levels, emotional, mental, even spiritual. And each new lunar cycle is like a fresh start, a chance to align with a cosmic energy.
So we're in this potent energy right now. What kind of energy are we talking about?
This particular lunar cycle is all about abundance and manifestation. In Buddhism and tons of other traditions, this is like a supercharged time to harmonize with the forces of the universe and bring in more prosperity, balance, and well-being.
So we should be feeling extra abundant right now.
In a way, yes. It's like the universe is primed and ready for us to tap into that energy, and the moon acts like a mirror to our inner selves, helping us to see all the hidden possibilities that are within us.
I love that imagery. So what does all this actually mean for us? Like what could we experience or be more open to during this time?
The idea is that during this phase, the universe is super receptive. It's like the energy is flowing more freely. And if you pay attention, you might start noticing little signs and synchronicities popping up.
Like the universe is trying to get our attention.
Exactly. And by being aware of this lunar energy and tapping into it, you can get a much deeper connection to your purpose and what really matters to you.
So how does Buddhism specifically view these lunar cycles?
They don't see them just as like markers of time, but as gateways to brand new potential. So this time right now is super auspicious for getting in sync with the rhythms of the universe and connecting to all that abundance that's out there.
So basically it's like a cosmic invitation to level up.
Totally. It's a chance to like rethink your goals and get really clear on what you want to manifest and to fine-tune your energy so you're ready to receive all those blessings the universe has in store.
I'm feeling like each new moon is like a fresh start, a chance to reset and try again.
That's exactly it. Each lunar phase is like a blank canvas you can paint your intentions on and create whatever you desire. If you've been feeling stuck, this is your chance to get unstuck and align with what you truly want.
So it's not just about waiting around for good luck, is it? We actually have to do something to make it happen.
Exactly. It's about being proactive and aligning yourself with those universal forces. It goes beyond just wishing and hoping for the best. It's about taking those inspired actions that will lead you to what you want.
Okay, so we've talked about numerology in general, but our source says that Buddhist numerology is extra special. What's different about it?
The big difference is that they believe numbers are way more than just like math symbols. They're actual energetic portals connecting us to the universal forces.
Like each number has its own unique energy signature.
Yep, and that signature can guide our choices and help us get in sync with the flow of the universe. It's like they're not just random numbers, but powerful tools for transformation.
So what's the purpose of all this harmony and alignment that we create with numbers? Like from a Buddhist perspective, what's it all about?
It's about two main things, actually, spiritual awakening and worldly prosperity. They go hand in hand. When you work with these numbers, you're not just engaging with logic and reason, you're tapping into this universal energy that can transform your whole reality.
So it's not just about getting rich, it's about like becoming a better person.
Exactly. It's a holistic approach to abundance. And these numbers act like a bridge between us and the divine, opening up all sorts of possibilities for greater wisdom, better health, more wealth, and of course, inner peace.
Our source mentions other systems of numerology too, like Pythagorean and Kabbalistic. How do those compare to the Buddhist view?
Well, they all share this belief in the power of numbers, but they each have their own approach. Like Pythagorean numerology focuses more on personality traits and life paths.
Yeah.
And Kabbalistic numerology is more about those deep spiritual understandings of the divine. But Buddhist numerology stands out because it's so holistic.
So what does that mean exactly? What makes the Buddhist approach to numerology so holistic?
It's all about interconnectedness. They see numbers as a way to cultivate inner peace and harmony with ourselves and the universe. True prosperity from a Buddhist viewpoint is not just about money, but also about spiritual and emotional well-being. It's about having it all, but in a balanced and mindful way.
So it's not just enough to know these special numbers, right? There's more to it than that?
Totally. You can't just like memorize a few numbers and expect your life to magically change. It takes a deeper level of attunement. You got to get your thoughts, emotions, and energy vibrating at the same frequency as abundance for these numbers to really work their magic.
So our mindset is a huge part of this. Like, if we don't believe we're worthy of abundance, then it won't come to us.
That's the idea. Our minds are crazy powerful, and if we're holding on to negative beliefs, those beliefs can actually block abundance from flowing into our lives. So yeah, our thoughts and emotions play a big role in how these numbers manifest in our experience.
So what's the secret sauce then? What's the key to really unlocking this potential for positive change?
It's all about cultivating a positive mindset. You got to practice gratitude for what you already have and build that unshakable belief that you deserve abundance. It's about aligning your energy with the good stuff and letting go of those limiting beliefs that are holding you back.
So it's like an inside job first, right? The numbers are just a guide, but the real transformation starts within ourselves.
Exactly. When we shift our internal state to match the vibrational frequency of these numbers, we're basically creating a fertile ground for abundance, harmony, and prosperity to flourish. That internal alignment is what makes all the difference.
Okay, so let's say we do that. We align ourselves with these numbers. What kind of changes can we actually expect to see in our lives?
Well, it's not just about wishful thinking. It's about aligning yourself with these powerful universal forces and opening yourself up to a whole new world of possibilities.
So what might those possibilities look like? Give us some examples.
One of the first things you might notice is new opportunities popping up in your career. Your energy shifts, you start attracting different things, and suddenly doors open that you didn't even know were there. It could be a promotion, a new project, a whole career change even.
Yeah, so career advancements, that's cool. What about finances specifically?
Well, when you connect with the numbers associated with abundance and prosperity, you create these energetic pathways for financial growth. It's not just about working harder, it's about attracting wealth and resources from unexpected places. Maybe it's a smart investment or a lucky break or even, a sudden windfall.
Winning the lottery?
You never know. But seriously, the idea is that when you align your energy with abundance, abundance finds you. It's like you become a magnet for good fortune.
Our source also mentions an increase in luck. What's that all about?
Yeah, it's like when you're vibrating at a higher frequency, things just start to go your way. You might find yourself in the right place at the right time, making the right choices, and those little synchronicities start to add up to some serious good luck.
So it's like all the pieces just fall into place effortlessly?
Well, it might feel effortless, but it's really about that energetic alignment. You're basically attracting positive situations and favorable outcomes into your life.
So it's not just about material abundance, it's about having things flow smoothly in all areas of life.
Exactly. And speaking of flow, another cool thing that might happen is that your relationships improve. You start attracting people who vibe at the same frequency, and your existing relationships become more harmonious.
Like attracts, right.
Exactly. It's about attracting those positive, supportive connections that will help you thrive. And if you're wondering how this all works, our source even touches on some science behind it.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, is there any scientific basis for this, or is it all just like spiritual woo-woo?
They talk about vibrational science and even quantum physics, which suggests that everything in the universe vibrates at a certain frequency. And when you align yourself with the right frequencies, you're basically tapping into the natural flow of the universe and harnessing the power of the law of attraction.
So what you put out is what you get back.
Pretty much. And when you're putting out those high vibe frequencies of abundance and prosperity, you're going to attract more of that back into your experience.
Okay, so we're not just talking about some vague spiritual concept here, right? These are tangible changes that people can actually experience in their daily lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You might find that your work becomes more enjoyable and fulfilling. You have more money flowing in. Your relationships are more positive and supportive. And things just seem to happen more easily and quickly.
So what would you say is the ultimate impact of all this connection and alignment with these powerful numbers?
I think it comes down to transforming your relationship with the universe. It's about opening up to a whole new level of abundance, harmony, and fulfillment. And it's not just about material wealth. It's about living a richer, more meaningful life.
So for all of you listening right now, take a moment to really think about what you truly desire. What's missing from your life? What do you want to bring into your experience?
Close your eyes for a second and envision that ideal state of prosperity. Feel it in your heart. Is it financial freedom? Loving relationships? Vibrant health? Whatever it is for you, get really clear on that vision, because the key to making it a reality is to tap into the wisdom and the tools that the universe provides. And these numbers are some of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal.
So what's stopping us? Why aren't we all living our dream lives already?
It might not be what you think. It's not necessarily about lack of effort or hard work. Sometimes it's simply a disconnect from the natural flow of energy that's all around us.
Like we're not plugged into the source.
Exactly. We get caught up in our routines, we lose touch with our intuition, and that energetic connection gets weaker. But when we learn to consciously connect with these special numbers, we're reestablishing that bridge to the universal flow. And that's where the magic happens.
So how do we do that? How do we actually plug back in and tap into that energy?
Well, these numbers aren't just like dead symbols. They're vibrational representations of universal patterns. Each one has a unique frequency that can influence our energy field, how we interact with the world, and even how we see ourselves. So when you choose to connect with these numbers, you're consciously shifting your vibration and creating a ripple effect in your life.
It's almost like those numbers are like a tuning fork, right? They help us get in harmony with the universe.
Exactly. And when you're in harmony with the universe, amazing things can happen. So imagine for a second what would be possible if you were fully aligned with these energies. Think about the opportunities you'd attract, the choices you'd make, the confidence you'd have.
It's almost like we're living on autopilot most of the time, right? But with this knowledge, we can start to make more conscious, aligned choices that will lead us to where we want to go.
Absolutely. It's about becoming the creators of our own reality rather than just passively reacting to whatever life throws our way. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You can start by incorporating these numbers into your daily life in simple ways.
So how do we actually do that? What are some practical ways to bring these numbers into our experience?
One of the most powerful ways is through meditation. Take some time each day to visualize the numbers, feel their energy, and let them permeate your being. It's like a direct line to those frequencies. And you can also use affirmations. Words have a lot of power. And by repeating positive affirmations that are aligned with the energy of these numbers, you're amplifying their effects.
So like saying things like, I am abundant, or I am attracting prosperity into my life.
Exactly. You can even create affirmations that specifically mention the numbers themselves. And another cool thing you can do is use them as codes or reminders in your daily life.
What do you mean by that?
Like incorporating them into important dates, using them in your passwords even. Just little ways to keep those vibrations close to you. And don't underestimate the power of symbols. You can wear jewelry with these numbers, maybe get a tattoo, or just carry a little token that represents them.
So it's all about finding creative ways to make them a part of your daily experience.
Exactly. And rituals are another powerful way to connect with those energies. You can write the numbers down and put them under your pillow at night, do a candle meditation, anything that feels meaningful to you. The important thing is to make it a consistent practice.
And finally, don't forget about setting goals that are aligned with these numbers.
Right. If there's a specific number that really resonates with your goals, use it as a guide. For example, if you want to increase your income and the number 8 represents abundance for you, aim for an 8% increase. It's about working with those energies in a tangible, practical way.
Okay, so now for the moment you've all been waiting for. We're finally going to reveal those 6 lucky numbers that our source has highlighted. Are you ready for this?
I am. Let's unlock those energetic codes and tap into the universe's abundance.
All right, and let's dive in. First up, the number 7. Tell us all about it.
7 is all about wisdom and intuition. It connects you to your inner wisdom, to those deep hidden truths that are always there but sometimes hard to access. When you tune into the energy of 7, you're basically accessing a higher level of understanding. It's like tapping into the cosmic library.
I love that. So how does that relate to prosperity?
Well, wisdom is essential for making good decisions, right? Especially financial decisions. So the number 7 can help you develop that sharp mind, that clear intuition, that ability to see the bigger picture and make choices that are aligned with your highest good. And when you're making those wise choices, prosperity naturally follows.
Okay, so 7 is about smarts and intuition. Got it. What about the number 8? What's the scoop on that one?
8 is the number of infinite abundance and balance. It's about that continuous flow of giving and receiving, the whole what goes around comes around thing.
Right.
And it's not just about money. It's about abundance in all areas of life, love, happiness, success, you name it. But the key is balance. You can't just be focused on taking. You got to give back. You got to be in harmony with that universal flow.
So 8 is like the prosperity jackpot, but with a reminder to stay grounded and balanced.
You got it. It's about attracting wealth, yes, but managing it wisely and using it to create a life that's both fulfilling and meaningful.
All right, next up, number 3. What's special about this one?
3 is all about creativity and expansion. It's that spark of inspiration, that boundless energy that wants to create and grow and explore new possibilities. It's the energy of birth, of new beginnings and limitless potential.
So it's like the energy of possibility and potential.
Totally. It's about thinking outside the box, coming up with new ideas, and being open to those unexpected opportunities that come knocking. And in terms of prosperity, it's about expanding your horizons and creating abundance through innovation and self-expression.
I'm feeling inspired already. What about number 9?
9 is the number of endings and beginnings. It's about the natural cycles of life, that time of completion and transition when one chapter closes, a new one opens. So it's a powerful number to invoke when you're ready for a fresh start, whether that's in your career, your relationships, or your personal life.
So it's like that bittersweet feeling of letting go of the old and embracing the new.
Exactly. It's about honoring the past, but not clinging to it. It's about releasing what no longer serves you and making space for something even better to come in. In terms of prosperity, it's about clearing out those old limiting beliefs and patterns that are blocking you from achieving your full potential.
Okay, so 9 is like the cosmic reset button. Got it. Now we're on to our first master number, the number 11. What's so special about master numbers anyway?
Master numbers have like supercharged energy, they're more intense, and carry a higher vibration. And 11 is all about intuition, spiritual awareness, and seeing those opportunities that others might miss.
So it's like 11 gives you that extra edge.
Totally. It enhances your intuition so you can make those bold, inspired decisions that lead to success. And it helps you connect to a higher level of consciousness so you can see the bigger picture and make choices that are aligned with your soul's purpose.
Okay, so 11 is all about heightened intuition and seeing the bigger picture. What about the last number on our list, 22?
22 is the master builder. It's the energy of practical manifestation, of taking those big ideas and dreams and actually turning them into reality. So if 11 is about the vision, 22 is about the action.
So it's like 11 is the architect and 22 is the construction crew.
That's a great way to put it. And in terms of prosperity, 22 is about building a solid foundation for success. It's about having that discipline, that focus, that determination to make things happen. It's about turning your dreams into tangible results.
So there you have it, folks. Those are the 6 lucky numbers that can help you unlock a whole new level of prosperity and fulfillment in your life.
It's important to remember that these are not just random numbers. They're energetic codes that have been revered for centuries for their ability to transform lives.
So what will you do with this knowledge? That's the big question. Are you going to let it just sit there, or are you going to actually use it?
You have the power to choose. You can keep doing things the way you've always done them, or you can embrace this ancient wisdom and open yourself up to a whole new world of possibilities.
It's like you're standing at a crossroads, and you have to decide which path you want to take. The path of least resistance, or the path of conscious creation.
And remember, it's not just about money. It's about creating a life that's rich with abundance in all areas.
What?
Love, health, happiness, purpose. It's about aligning yourself with the universal flow and allowing all that good stuff to come pouring in. But it does require action. You got to take those first steps and start integrating these numbers into your life.
Meditate on them, use them in your affirmations, make them your lucky numbers, whatever feels right for you. The important thing is to start experimenting and see what works.
Because when you align your energy with these powerful numbers, you're basically giving the universe permission to work its magic in your life.
So what are you waiting for? Start tapping into those vibrations today and see what unfolds. Who knows, this could be the beginning of the most abundant chapter of your life.
The universe is waiting. All you have to do is say yes.
So what will your next step be?